Hello again and welcome in the second part of this topic. So let's continue, and if you are lost in my playlist, then yeah, this is the second part of provisioning VM using Terraform. Please refer to the see the first part first before you continue, and find the link to the playlist of this course in the description below. Okay guys, so the host data block is also configured, and yeah, let's see what's next. Network. Oh, this should be host with a T. Okay. Yeah, and the network, I'd assume that this is correct. I will double check later. Okay, data. vSphere, okay, vSphere networks, and the network here, this is the port group that the virtual machine will be linked to, connected to. So I will give this a name just to give it a description. So I'm using VLAN, VLAN 103 today. Okay, I picked this up 103. Pick this up from my vCenter server. So if I go to networking, I have several VLANs here. Yes, I'm using this one. Yeah, it's backed up by DHCP. So that will be cool. And this is just again the name of the label, and what is the name of the port group? It's called what's wrong with me today? Yeah, VLAN 103. All right. And it's referring to the data center that is still called data center up there. If you change the name of the block, then please update this, huh? Now, we are going to clone from a VM, huh? So I'm not going to waste my time creating a blank VM. So let's define this. So this block here of data is fetching important information about the template, and here it's labeled template just for us to understand. I will give it a name here. So what template I will be using? I will be using a Linux template once again from my lab, and it's called, here we go, it's called CentOS 9 base. Okay, let me just copy and paste the name just to avoid any typos. I will update this to make it like this, and yeah, and it's up to you in your environment to give it whatever name you would like. Let me copy it again. Okay, what is the name of the virtual machine or the template that you will be cloning from? It's called, yeah, this is the one I have, and under which data center, it's the same exact information. Nothing here is changed. Okay, now this block actually misses few parts. I don't know why the code on the website, because this will fail as is. It definitely requires few changes here, but it's fine. We will go through it one by one. Okay, so this is the resource code, and when you see resource now, it's going to provision a virtual machine. Huh? Okay, so this is how or where you are going to set or instruct the code for Terraform to create a virtual machine. Okay, let me create a new VM. I will call it Terraform Course, that VM1, for example. And this is the name again of the label. I will keep the VM name as well, the same exact thingy. Resource pool. Okay, if you remember, we are using a host, huh? So in that case here, I think it's called vSphere host, not vSphere underscore. Okay, vSphere underscore host. And I need to make sure that my code is correct. Yes, it's called vSphere hosts. Yeah, this is how to retrieve the data for. No, I ignore this for now. Yeah, to retrieve the data for a host. So it's called vSphere host. I'm sorry for that mistake, but I suspected that. Because usually you deploy actually to a cluster, not to a host. But in this example, we are just using a host. But in the next example, we will be using, in the next topic, I mean, we'll be using or deploying to a cluster. What do we need? Yeah, so it's called hosts. No need for that to be like this. Okay. Okay, here it's asking about the configuration of the VM. What's the resource pool? What's the data store ID, etc., etc., etc. And it's missing a part here. But let's make it fail, and then I will correct it for you guys. All right, let's keep it simple for now. Resource pool. Okay, so is it a cluster? Of course not. Let me actually. Yeah, let's keep it as is. Let's just remove that part. So it's vSphere host. Yep. Dot. What's the name of the host block? In my code here, I have it just host, and that's it. And resource group ID. It should work like that. The data store. Okay, yeah, I have a name actually for the data store, and it's asking for its ID. So what's the data store ID? Let me remove that here, and the data store name from the block. So you need to type here the name of the block. So it was NVMe, and as you can see here, yeah, Terraform. I'm sorry, not Terraform. The VS Code with the Terraform plugin. Excuse me. Is able to identify these resources because it was already declared up there, and I need the ID. So dot, what do I need to fetch here? You can fetch data center ID, the name of the data store, but now I just need the ID of the data store. CPU, let's make it 2. The memory as is. Guest ID, please pick it up from my template. So guest ID, the template, and the template here has a different name, of course. It's CentOS. If I click here, yeah, it will. If I even if I press tab, it will delete it. But I still need the guest ID, please. Yeah, so the guest ID of the template. SCSI type. No, we don't care. Everything similar to what is. Let me actually copy this because we might need it several times here in the code. And there are actually missing parameters here. I don't know why is it like that, but it will fail. Let's make it fail, and then I will update it. No worries, guys. Under clone here, there's something missing for the networking, but it's fine. I will fetch it from the codes. Network interface. So we don't need this because it's already in the template. Let's forget about it. It's not needed. The network ID here, yeah, it's from the virtual network over there, which is the port group, and it's, as if you can remember, it's called VLAN 103, VLAN 103. Nice. So it will attach this, the network interface of the VM to this VLAN, this port group. And now the clone, the disk information, sorry. So the label of the disk one, okay, keep it to the default. We don't care. The size, yeah, please fetch it from the template. And again, yeah, the template label is this. Thin provisioned or thick provisioned, or again, yeah, mimic the configuration from the template, unless you want to make any changes here to the deployment, but I'm sticking to what I have up there. Okay. Clouds. Clone, sorry, what to clone? So template UUID is this one. Again, yep. The customizations for the operating system. It's a Linux operating system, so please make the host name. Again, it needs Cloud Init to be installed on your image, on your template. I will call it tf-course-vm1. And the domain name, anything you want. So in my lab here, put it like that. It's still missing a couple of parts. Yeah, let me quickly review the page here with you, because I don't know why is it missing these parts, because it will fail like that. Okay, so for this example here, to clone, oh sorry, this is for a host. No, we need the page for a VM. Yeah, this is simply the code for a virtual machine. Let's go through the very simple code for a simple virtual machine with not a clone. So this is the one here, and networking is fine. Resource is guest ID is fine. Networking here is fine. Okay, this is fine, but it's missing something. We need the firmware. Is it BIOS or is it UEFI or UEFI for the VM? And there is a missing piece of code for the network interface, right? Because it's clone. Okay. What's this example here for? Cloning and customizing. Okay, so cloning here again. This is the code that we have copied, and it's missing a part. I want it to fail. That's fine. Let's have it fail twice or 3 times so we can fix the code together, guys. Clone. Yeah, it's missing something here, and then that. Yeah, it's missing something here related to the network interface, and it can't work like this. Okay, other configurations. Let me check these. Maybe I can find what I'm looking for down below. Before just wasting your time, guys. Deployment using OVA. Now the OVA is straightforward, actually. OVA deploy. This is not our concern for now. Not in here. Maybe I can refer to one of my old codes. It's fine. This is fine. OVA again. Yeah, this is still an OVA from remote OVA. Oh no, good, nice options here. Lifecycle management from OVF. Cloning from OVF. Virtual app. No, it's not the code that I need yet. It's a good, yeah. What I'm doing right now is not a waste of time. I'm just checking where exactly to find it, because that code is not complete. There are VMware tools code. Okay. Anyway, I can Google it. If it's missing, it's fine, or I can grab it from one of my existing codes. I just needed to find it here for you so you can also find it online with ease. Yeah, there is something missing here, guys. Yes, here it is. But let me just check up there. Network interface options. Yes, here it is. So here in our codes, we have instructed Terraform to create, of course, a network interface here, but it's missing the characteristics. And since it's going to be a clone, so we need also the OS to be customized. So is it going to be DHCP or a static IP address? So this is, here it is. I was just looking at the wrong place on the page, but in my opinion, HashiCorp should just place it at the correct place. So now under the clone settings, and under the customize here, we have already set this, but here you can see there are settings for the network interface. Here you can set static IP address, but what if you want to set just DHCP? Just copy this as is, and let's go to the code. And I will paste it right here under customize here, yeah. Back, yeah, and it just needs an extra curly brace. No, curly brace like that. So this will be DHCP. No, the indentation needs to be like that. Okay. There is a missing piece here as well, which is the firmware of the virtual machine. It's not defined here. So if I'm not mistaken, by default, the deployment will deploy it on the BIOS mode, but not on a firmware mode, the EFI mode. So we need to tell it, because in my virtual machine, it's defined as UEFI, and we need, of course, to declare it under the virtual machine's code. So here it's firmware. You need this piece, please, and we need to get the firmware from the virtual machine template. So I will add this manually myself. I hope that we face no errors, but if we face errors, it is fine, because you can just go Google the problem and fix it. No worries at all. All right, guys. I will add it anywhere. Here. Yeah. Okay. So let's say firmware, and now it knows. So yeah, it knows about firmware. And yeah, let me just make the call neat. Where is it going to call the firmware from? We need it from the template, of course. So data.vSphere underscore virtual machine, and this is the virtual machine we have. Yeah, what do you need? What properties do you need to call from the virtual machine? And this is the long list of resources, information. I mean that it could be fetched. I need the firmware, please. So this is the firmware. I believe that our code right now is in a good shape. Let's go to the next step. So this is, by the way, this is the simplest way to declare or to create a Terraform file, but this is not the best practice. We will learn about the best practice in the next topic. All right. This video, yeah, 16 minutes. We still have some time. Okay, what do we need to do next? You need to be pointing here to the correct path of your working directory, and you need to run. Okay, now the directory needs to be ready, so you need to run Terraform init, and this command will initiate your directory. We have a problem here, which is fine. So let's check what exactly is the problem and fix it on line 42, virtual machine template. A closing curly brace is missing, which is fine. So if we go up there again, there is a missing curly brace here in the code when I copied it, and yeah, which is fine. Put this and this also one step further, and here is the closing curly brace. I believe that it should be happy right now to initiate. Again, Terraform initiate. Yeah. Now the initiation is successful. So what's gonna happen next? It's going to. What should we do next? So we do Terraform initiate and then Terraform plan. Okay, we have made a new code, or we have made changes to the code. We would like to make a plan out of it to run it to production. So now it's going to check our servers, our vSphere environment in this case. So it's going to check what we have, and it will check the authentication. Is it able to authenticate or not? So it's just Terraform plan and enter, and let's see if we face errors. We have errors, which is absolutely fine. So let's go through the errors and read what is wrong in here. The network ID VLAN 103, a data source vSphere network has not been declared. Are you sure? Okay, there is another error as well at 57 that it says the virtual machine. Yeah, there's a typo mistake here. Yes, of course. But let's first check what's wrong with 52. So line number 52. Yeah. The network ID is VLAN 103, and that's weird because it should be just fine. Let's check up there. Maybe I made a mistake. VLAN 103. Yeah. Let's check the data block up there. Virtual machine, virtual network. Oh yeah, VLAN. Okay. So this is the first error. Let's just make sure that this one is fixed, and then I will go to through the second one. So now here I have two errors. Let's go through the plan once again. Yeah, now one is fixed, and now I have just one more to go, which is in line 57. It says that the vSphere virtual machine, of course, that the base. Well, of course, there I noticed the problem. There's the missing dot in here. Huh? So let's go to line 57 up there. 57. Where is it? 57. Yes. For this size. Yeah. This virtual machine dot. And now no, this is not a dot. This is a comma. This should be just fine. Let's run it once again, the command, and see. Excellent. So the plan went well as expected. So in the plan, it tells you what's going to do. So it's going to create a virtual machine, and it's going to add this and that and this and that and this and that. Okay, and here I needed to check this. Yeah, the CPU and all of the parameters. If you're not familiar with Terraform, that it says known after apply. It's fine because you did not declare it in your code up there. It will be setting the, let's say, the defaults. Okay, I need to check the firmware actually. Yeah, firmware, it's set to EFI. Yes, because otherwise you will face a failure and it will not work. Okay, what should we do now? So let's clear the page, and I need to, what comes after the plan? It comes the apply. Okay, now you are ready to push. And what the apply phase does, it actually creates a plan and then applies it to your production. So we ran the plan first, and we made sure that everything is fine. So let's run Terraform apply, and that's it. Yeah. It's the same exact plan, should be. And here it says, yeah, one thing to add, which is one virtual machine, nothing to change and nothing to destroy. Okay, let's give it a go. And now it's asking for my confirmation. So let's get the vCenter server here, and let's track what's going to happen down below. And a new VM should be created once I initiate the command. Here I will type yes, and let's go. Let's see. Hopefully no errors come up. Otherwise, it's okay. We can tackle them and troubleshoot. Now it's in, yeah, if you see here the progress, and let's check here. Now it's, yeah, provisioning, making the necessary changes. Let's switch back here. Yeah. Yeah, it's still doing its thingy. And let's check here on vSphere. So a new VM called the Course is over here and not yet powered on, which is fine. Let's go and check here. Yeah, it's, what is it saying? Yeah, it's still creating the VM. And once this is done, yeah, it should be, of course, powered on, and customize the OS for your preference. Now the OS is powered on, and let's check the information here on that is fetched from the VMware tools. Later on, I will pause this video for a second and then come back. Yeah, actually I paused the video for 1 second and the operation was done. So, success. Now here it says the apply complete. Result, the resources 1 added, 1 destroyed, blah 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 blah. Okay, nice. So now here are also the same results, and the VM is over there, which means that it made everything we instructed it to do. As you can see here, look, it gave it the host name that we asked for, and it gave it an IP address. This IP address was fetched from the desired port group. Let's go actually to check the config. Edit settings. Yep. So here I asked for 2 CPUs in the code, if you remember. Yes, and 1 GP. It's the same exact settings for the storage from over there, from the template, and the VLAN 103. Nice. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything for now. I will not keep this VM. Let's destroy it, and in the next video we will be creating a new one. So Terraform destroy, and I will say here auto approve just to clean it up. So I will be cleaning up the resources, and again I will be creating a new one with applying the best practices in terms of putting the Terraform code in the correct, using it in the correct way, and in terms of organization. In the second video now, this is destroyed. If we go back here, oh, the VM is no longer here, guys. The VM is gone. Thank you so much for your time. And and the next topic, this topic is done, and then the next topic we will deploy the VM again, but with a few more advanced thingies to do. Thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye bye.